Hello everyone, Paleotub here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we have reached the last character in the A to Z playthrough. We have reached Zeratul, who I have the master skin for, but I rarely use because look at this fucking thing. It's so cool. This is like the one excuse for all of you color coordinators out there like me. This is the one excuse you actually have to use the default mount because it's black on black. Anyway, Zeratul, one of the first characters I got the master skin for. It was either him or Stitches that I got it first for. Fantastic damage dealer. I will say that he is the weakest he has ever been in Heroes of the Storm right now. And I'll try to explain why in today's video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the battlefield of eternity today. So, Zeratul's these days are going very all in. In the past, we've had Melee Tool, we've had Cleave Tool, we've had Mage Tool, and now we've kind of fully cycled back around to people going for pure melee builds in order to get the most damage out of this character. I can't say that I'm the biggest fan of that, especially versus this team here, who are already melee characters, and Illidan and Thrall are going to have more sustain than I am. So I'm still going to go for a Mage style build. But it has been nerfed, and that's important to distinguish. This is not as strong as it used to be. Versus this team, I am going to go for block at level 1. Defensive talent, you are a stealth melee assassin, but you know, defensive talents, man, they help out in your times of need. AFK Kerrigan is AFK. Never mind, now she's moving. Illidan jumping right into towers at level 1. And Murky just straight up dying for no reason. Let's go ahead and kill ourselves a Chen, though. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker coming in here thinking he could just drink like that and get away with it. Zeratul's Q ability is Cleave. This is a small area of effect around Zeratul. It's going to deal, you know, a tiny bit of damage, not a huge amount, but it is really, really good at jumping in, poking people, and harassing them down. Our W ability is called Singularity Spike. This is a skill shot that's going to hit a target, explode for some damage, and slow them as well. You know, not the best crowd control in the whole world, but it'll get the job done sometimes. Let's go ahead and just cleave in here with an auto attack, and then blink out of harm's way. Our E ability is Blink, and it allows us to jump over obstacles. It does have a 10-second cooldown, but essentially, it's one of the best mobility things you could ever hope to acquire in Heroes of the Storm. This Chen is so cocky, just drinking under these towers like he doesn't have a care in the world, because I guess he doesn't. Now I could have gone in there and been pretty aggressive, but I decided to hold back just a little bit because the objective is about to spawn. This is an easy Sylvanas kill, though, if Murky decides to come in with me. Okay, Murky did not decide to come in with me. Alright, so the objective has spawned. We're not going to be very good at this at all. I am mostly going to be in a defensive role here. Zeratul is a burst damage dealer, so we're going to try to deal that burst damage. Hopefully Kerrigan sees me coming in here. We're just going to try to body block this Nazebo a little bit. Doesn't look like that's going to happen as the friendly team is being completely pushed out the left side here. Let's go ahead and just remount up. We can re-engage in this. Illidan pretty low on health, but can't pass up a free Chen kill, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to blink deeper into the enemy team, and that would have been fine if Jim Raynor didn't push Thrall even closer to me. I was trying to line of sight him there to try to just go back into stealth, but it didn't quite work out. At level 4. Oh, at level 4. See this? Okay, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about what's been going on with Zeratul now. So Zeratul used to be the king of burst damage. He would jump in. He has this talent called Rending Cleave. He would jump in, Rending Cleave, follow through, do all kinds of damage to a single target. And it was from stealth, and it was really, really bursty. And it seemed fine to me because, you know, of course, Nova could go in and do bursty damage all the time, and no one ever seemed to complain about it, so why can't Zeratul do it? Then Blizzard decided that, you know what, we're just gonna realign some of his talents. You know, we'll put Rending Cleave in the late game. He used to be able to do a ton of damage with his Singularity Spikes as well, which he still can. Gathering Power was often picked on Zeratul as well, but you know, Gathering Power has received quite a bit of nerfs in the past. So the general build for Zeratul, I called it the hipster Zeratul build. There's a few videos on my channel where it's featured. People started going for focused attack and follow through at level 7. And it felt really good. In the early game, you were kind of a melee assassin. As the game progressed and you hit the late game, you were a hybrid character who could deal a lot of ability power damage, but also just straight up trade into someone's face if you had to. And it was a really, really fun and cool playstyle. Unfortunately, Blizzard decided, you know what, it's a little bit too fucking strong. Zeratul is too good at everything. He has some of the best mobility in the game. He had some of the best burst damage in the game. So they kind of scaled him back in that regard. So what we have now at level 7, we have Master Warp Blade. Every third basic attack to a hero does bonus damage. Essentially the same as Manticore? Is that what it's called on Vala? Her level 4 talent's the same damn thing. Except it's better on Vala because she has a faster attack speed and she can attack at a very safe range, unlike Zeratul here. Just gonna straight up disengage from that. Thrall's gonna die from poison. Sergeant Hammer in a very aggressive position, gonna be able to shoot this fork down. We have two extremely hyper-aggressive teams. Sergeant Hammer, Murky, Raynor, Kerrigan, Zeratul for the friendly team. Thrall, Sylvanas, and Zebo, Illidan, and Chen for the enemy team. So they are very melee-focused. I guess we have a decent balance in melee as well. But of course, they have Chen, who's going to be able to soak up a lot of damage in this game. Chen could turn this game around for them. If he's a bad Chen, though, they don't have anything. If he's a bad Chen, they might just be screwed. Now, I'm not going to dive Chen under a tower because I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So, follow through, picked up at level 7. It's exactly the same. But because focus attack has been nerfed, the kind of hipster Major Tool style has shifted a little bit. This, unfortunately, happened at the same time that Zeratul received some other nerfs, specifically, like the ocean, to Void Prison, which is a pretty big deal for Zeratul players. VP, hands down, was the best ultimate in Heroes of the Storm for about a year straight. You lock someone in stasis, you stop them in time. They cannot heal, they cannot deal damage, their cooldowns do not continue to tick down, or however you want to say that. It locks them in time. It has 1,000 offensive purposes, 1,000 defensive purposes. You could use this in every situation. You never had to think about it. VP was the best talent, hands down. But now these days, people are actually going for more of an attack damage style Zeratul. Can Thrall kill me? Can Thrall just straight up kill me? That's gonna suck. Hold on. Hold on, am I gonna make it out of here? Please go in stealth. Please fucking go in. Oh my god! Oh my god, that in Venom! Fucking Venom! Man, fucking Venom. What the fuck? So, I just said Inven, I just realized that. Grade A quality typing there, Palatine. In Venom, apparently a really good counter to Zeratul that I never even thought about. Really, really long poison duration, so you're taking damage every second. You're actually not going into stealth. Thrall's an interesting character, for sure. Alright, let's come in here. Let's get some damage done. I'm going to try to cut off their backline here. No, we're not going to use the VP for that. We will use the VP to try to save our Sergeant Hammer if we need to, but it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Can we go in here and focus this Chen at all? How you doing, Chen? How you doing, buddy? I don't think you're going anywhere. I totally body blocked you. We'll go ahead and lock them in time. And here we go. Gonna drop it. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. So VP gives you a million advantages in the time that it's down on the map. It allows you to sit there and wait for your cooldowns to come off of cooldown, which is incredibly powerful on a burst damage hero like Zeratul. You're like, you know what? You're like, timeout. Timeout, everybody. You sit there and you think about what you did, and then I'm just going to like deal a monstrosity. I can't even talk today. A I can't even think of the word now. It's like my brain's breaking, and you can watch it happen. You can do a fuck ton of damage all at one time. And it's incredible. It really is just the best ultimate. I'm going to go ahead and say that VP is the best ultimate in the game. Now, it has received some significant nerfs. It used to have double the cast range, which means that you could do all kinds of just fucked up plays with Zeratul and get away from it. Now, VP feels like something you have to use an ability to get off first. So you have to be able to jump in with Blink in order to be able to get off a VP in most situations. I'm still not used to the new cast range because, quite frankly, I haven't been playing a lot of Zeratul lately. I've been jumping around on other characters. But, you know, this is not a very long range to really make a lot of plays. I think they're going for the Murky Egg now. Yeah. Unfortunately, baby girl, you walked into the wrong neighborhood and you used your only escape already. Oh, unfortunately, Illidan jumping in with... I couldn't... Those fucking mini stuns from that barrel, I couldn't jump anywhere. I was trying to just... To get out of there in any way I could. And those little mini stuns from the barrel kept me killed. You know, I thought they fixed that. I thought that was a bug, and they didn't intend for stuff like that, you know, knockbacks like that. I thought they didn't intend for those to actually stun targets. I knew that used to be a really big deal with Brightwing and Falstad with their knockback ultimates, but I thought they went in and they removed the little mini stuns from those. So does the barrel just do that? Because I was trying to blink. I was spamming the button. You could probably hear the key presses. Anyway, I could avoid prison there and probably live just fine. Just didn't do it. Probably a little out of practice. But let's come down here and let's try to help out in any way we can. The enemy team's Illidan did go for the hunt, which is a pretty big deal. He's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure to us with that. As you can see, he's jumping in on Jim Raynor there, and there's not much Jim Raynor can do about it. He just kind of dies. So, the enemy team, very hyper-aggressive, going to be able to do a lot of work this game, and unfortunately, they are doing that work right now. I could have used my VP there in a bit of a defensive way to maybe, actually, wow, we're turning this around quite nicely. So maybe stop the Ravenous Spirit from dealing some damage, but it didn't actually look like the Ravenous Spirit was getting much done. Sylvanas on the enemy team, however, pushing top lane really aggressively. I'm not going to be stupid enough to engage on Thrall from that close to his tower, because that wouldn't accomplish anything. We may be able to pick up a pretty easy kill on Sylvanas here, though, who just used her only escape. Hey, boo. How you doing? You doing well? That was a pretty good silence. You're doing all the things, aren't you? All right. Goodbye. What you know about VPs, though, Illidan? What you know about them? Oh, that felt good. I'm not gonna lie. Illidan coming out of nowhere with that hunt. We put him in his place real quick. And we could just come in and finish him off. And then we're going to have to wait for Stealth to come back. We're just going to have to play it cool. We're going to have to get out of here. We are going to go for, what is it called? Double bombs. Yeah, it's just called double bombs. Straight to the point. What's this ability do? Well, it lets you cast 2 bombs. What should we call it? How about the Protoss Rite of Passage? No, that seems a little too complicated. Let's just call it double bombs. Chen going in with that barrel again. Unfortunately, Sergeant Hammer pretty protected in there. Is going to be able to do enough damage to Chen, so that doesn't matter. And he is going to be taken down. So, Zeratul has had his talents moved around when he was too strong. He's had his talents nerfed when he was too strong. He's had radical playstyle changes going from melee to range to hybrid to melee. And now they've nerfed his ultimate. He is the weakest he has ever been, but he's still one of those characters that can just do awesome plays if he's being played by a competent Zeratul player. It's going to be harder to do now than it ever has been in the past. It's going to be harder to look like you're a good Zeratul than it ever has been before, but he's still a great character, even though he has just been nerfed in every way imaginable. Also, you're one of the characters that is expected to secure kills in the early game. You are still really, really good at countering mages. You're still really... What are you doing? You wanted to die? I mean, does that help? Did that help? You walked into it. I saved you! Look at me! Okay, you're still one of those characters that can roam around in the early game, and that's expected of you. You don't have to generate XP. If you get kills, you're doing your job right. You can scout constantly. Like, we can see what's going on all over the place all of the time. And you're really, like, you have a lot of freedom on Zeratul. You can go for Seasoned Marksman and sit in a lane all game, although I don't recommend it. If you're going for some auto attack builds, maybe it is the right thing to do. Let's come down here and try to help out. I think this is already lost, though. I think this is already lost. So. Oh, fuck. Kerrigan, can I have a stun, please? Kerrigan, can you do anything? You want to do anything? You want it? Okay. All right, Kerrigan, thank you. Thank you for helping me out there in my time of need. I'm not going to tell that to her in game because that's a dick thing to do. But she just kind of looked at Illidan and watched him kill me. Illidan's so strong in a game like this where we don't have a front line, where we don't have a support. Illidan could just kind of hop in and just set up kill after kill after kill for his team. Stupid fight. I didn't... Okay, yeah, it probably was. It probably was a stupid fight. The enemy team now pushing in really, really hard with that Sylvanas. They're going to be able to get all of these buildings down if they really want to. And of course, the next Immortal Wave is going to be spawning very, very soon. So we are going to have to get back into this fight very quickly. They just have so much fucking damage that they can do whatever they want with it. They can do whatever they want with it. They can push, they can just kill us, they can get the objective. Like, they could do it all in an instant because of their team comp. And of course, they have that front line in Zeratul. We don't have that. Or excuse me, front line in Chen. We don't have that. He's able to get in there and soak up a ton of damage, whereas we're kind of like, if we don't kill them, we lose. I don't know. Weird matchmaking past couple days, man. Really weird matchmaking. All right, so what do we got here? We have a team that is completely split up. That's what we got here. Sergeant Hammer's probably going to be pretty mad at me for, like, messing up his kill. Here we go. The hunt coming out again, but it got interrupted by something. I don't know what interrupted it, but I'm just glad it did. Let me grab a sippy cup. I'll be right back. We do pick up a kill on Chen. Now, I realized that our Sergeant Hammer was trying to set up for for a lot of damage there, and she was doing the right thing by trying to deal damage to the entirety of the enemy team. But I did split the enemy team in half, and we knew that their Chen was going to move forward because he's been playing hyper-aggressive the entire game. We'll just come in here and pick up an easy kill on Sylvanas. Try to reposition down here. Why am I not in stealth? There we go. Thank you. Illidan has been taken down. Now we see Nazeebo trying to make it out of here. Pretty good dodge, Nazeebo. Pretty good dodge. All right, now it's just us and an objective. We can get this objective just fine. At level 20, I am going to go for Rewind. Again, the mage build has been nerfed, but it's my favorite build for Zeratul, so I'm going to keep playing it. The spider build for Nazeebo was nerfed. Guess what I keep playing? I keep playing spider build because it's how I have the most fun. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, it's not as good as it was before, but it's still perfectly viable. It still fits into the game just as it did before. It's just not as strong as it was before. Let's go ahead and get these regen globes, get our mana back up, get our health back up, and this is going to be pushing the bottom lane. Let's win, says Kerrigan. Great commentary coming out from our other melee assassin all the time. Sure, I would love to. That was an ultimate. Does he have orbiting? Is that... Okay, he does have orbiting. Okay. So, I mean, that wasn't really good placement for orbiting. You kind of want it... You kind of want it to hit all the buildings and not just that and core, because it's not going to get through the core shield, right? Let's see if we can get a good VP down in here. They are pretty split right now. This is a good VP. We'll just go ahead and stop that from happening. Am I still... Is he still going to... Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we managed to take down 3 members of the enemy team. The rest of them are pretty low on health. Jim Raynor just sitting in that Ravenous Spirit, taking all kinds of damage. And now, the Immortal pushing in for the win. Will it be able to deal enough damage to win the game? No, it died. But Sergeant Hammer with that graduating range, setting up very aggressively. Sylvanas coming in. Jim Raynor, one more auto attack would have won it, buddy. One more auto attack would have been enough. No, we should keep going. We should keep going. Keep going. We should keep up the pressure. Most definitely keep up the pressure. We have 30 seconds to make this happen. We better use these fucking 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? We have to use these 30 seconds. We have to. If we don't, we're fucked. It doesn't look like we're using them. Doesn't look like we're using it. We're giving the enemy team every chance to come back here. We're giving them every fucking chance to come back. I do not agree with this play at all. The enemy team is going to have hunt very soon, which means that they're going to get a kill very soon. You know what? I'm going to bail. Good luck. Good luck. He can do this by himself, right? I'll give him... Okay, good. The hunt wasn't used on me. I like that, at least. Alright, I'm going back. I'm going back, and I don't feel bad about it. Sylvanas just walking right by. Yeah, okay, Sylvanas. Yeah, that was totally fine. We did go for a rewind at level 20. I don't remember if I actually told you that, because again, we do have follow-through on our build, so we are incentivized to weave our auto attacks into our spell usage. Up top, we can see as the blue team throws the game. This is a pretty big throw. Pretty big throw. What was that about? Oh my god, those mines though. Can we get in here on this zebra? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're gonna make it out. Oh my god! Wow! Oh man. Oh, he wanted it so bad. He wanted it so bad. Holy shit. What the fuck? God, Thrall, did I insult your mother? What did I do? What did I do to deserve that, Thrall? Of course, the orbiting thing. It's orbiting. Again, that's not going to be able to kill the core at all. It doesn't do enough damage to break through the shield by itself. Now, if anything else hits the core, obviously, you know, when you're keeping the shield this low, we are going to have some impactful damage there. But just by this thing orbiting, we're basically going to secure top, so we're going to have catapults pushing in every lane. The enemy team obviously trying to get this thing in the middle here. Will they be able to do it? I would imagine so. A knockback from either of these two characters. Everyone there could have interrupted Nazebo, but they just let him sit there and channel that shit. Core. We can win the game. Let's go. This, however, the second orbiting bombardment that Sergeant Hammer just cast is one of the worst things you can do for siege damage. Sergeant Hammer, her projectile, when it leaves the map, has a 15-second cooldown before it re-enters the map, which means you always want to place it vertically, well, on most maps, because if it goes from here to the top of the screen, it'll reappear in 15 seconds. So it's going to be on the map for the majority of the time, but if it goes horizontally, it has to travel across this whole damn map in order to go off again, and then you have 15 seconds. So it's like a 30-second travel time, 15-second cooldown. Whereas if it's vertically, it's like a 5-second travel time and a 15-second cooldown. Does that make sense? Okay. So that is Zeratul. I mean, he's definitely not as good as he used to be. He is still perfectly viable. Void Prison is still one of the best ultimates in the game. You just have to play a lot more aggressively now in order to land them. And you know, the hipster Mage Tool style of play has been nerfed quite a bit. Most people are going in for a pure melee style now, which I'm going to be honest, I haven't tried in a while, and maybe I can go back and give it a go now. But, guys, that's it. That was every character in the game. As of the start of this series, Artanis has been added in here. We have Cho'Gall added in here. I'm surprised we don't have more characters added in since the start of this. I think Morales was added in while this series was going. Like, I reached Morales, but she was not in the game when this series started. This was an interesting project. Maybe I'll do this every year around, you know, November time. Just take a look at the current meta of the game. Then every year we can go back and be like, this is what Heroes of the Storm was like in 2015, quarter 4. Isn't it interesting? Look how different it is now. Because they are constantly, I mean, this game is constantly shifting talents are constantly changing. The scaling changes made some characters like Zagara, who were just mediocre before, one of the top characters in the game. Jim Raynor, in the course of a few months, has gone from one of the worst ranged assassins you can ever pick to the highest damage dealer in the entire game. Salami Ashalanore, his spell rotation is completely different from what it used to be. Like, this game changes so often. And I think this series is going to be, it's like a time capsule. We can go back and just look at how the game was at a certain point in time and appreciate where we've come from, where we've been, and where we're going. Some of you have been keeping track of my win-loss record throughout this whole series. You guys are champions. There's also been someone in the comments who comes up with like a little poem for every character. Maybe it's a haiku. I don't know. I haven't been paying that. I've read them, but I haven't paid attention to whether or not they were haikus or just poems. I've been having a great time with this, guys, and I hope you have really enjoyed it too. That's the end of the Heroes of the Storm A to Z series for 2015. And I'll see you all next time. See you all next year if we do this again. Or, the next video on the channel. Whatever. I'll see you later.